Welcome back, you beautiful people, and welcome to the grand reveal of the ultimate mountain biking van. This is my interpretation of that. Some of you have been waiting so long for this. Some of you, welcome to my new van. But it's not finished, but it is, but it'll never be finished, will it? You're always adding something. But anyway, let's crack on. Yes, it is finally finished. The most common question I get asked constantly on my social media and when I'm out on the trail is, when's the van finished? How's the van build going? When's the next video? All those questions is finally here, and you can tell by the color of the van, it's totally different. It's not a white van. The color is RAL 250 6010. That's the color of this, but I absolutely love it. It's neutral, it's humbling, it's earthy, it just blends in with the surroundings. I'm rambling, but this took a long time to spray, and I couldn't do it without this gentleman.
Martin Jones, a man of many talents in the motoring industry. He can fix anything and everything. His knowledge is second to none when it comes to building campers. Well, basically anything really. He even helped me build a bespoke bike rack. Check this out.
Right, we got Martin with us, look.
I'm here.
Mr. Bare Metal builds himself. I couldn't actually do it without you, Mr. Jones.
No, you couldn't. To be fair, you did bring me.
I did bring you. That is a limited edition adventure hoodie.
It's very warm.
Yeah, it's nice, especially with a coat on it. The van, Jeff the van. This is probably the first thing we bought.
It was the first thing.
You
first
bought
thing was
it.
the grill.
But it was no easy task to change the colour of this van to this RAL 250 6010. I should get a hashtag RAL 250
I don't know why you keep telling people the name of it, but anyway. Everyone will paint everything that colour now.
I sound techie, but look at it. It didn't take us just one day to paint this, did it? It took us a whole week.
A whole week. And we finished doing the clear coat on it at 1:30 in the morning.
I actually really chuffed with the colour.
It's a really good colour, and we have done a really good job of painting inside the door shuts as well, so the whole van's changed colour. It's not just a little bit or the outside. All inside the bonnet, everywhere is all painted grey.
You can open the door and it'll be the same colour. We wrapped all the plastics all over the van, which I think is a great idea. I think it
makes a huge
super
difference.
Durable.
Yeah, it's all durable now.
Here the wheels, I love the wheels. I went for all terrains just to make it look a bit more
rugged, chunky.
The roof itself, because it was actually Martin's idea, because of overspray when lacquering the van. We didn't want it to spray over the side and get to one side to the other, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because you can't paint the whole van in one go because it's too much.
That's why it took us to one end.
We had to basically took the doors off, took the wings off, took everything off of it, painted everything on the inside, then painted the van, and then painted all the doors. So to then paint the roof afterwards, it would have got overspray of everything we just done. Even if we did mask it off, it still would have got in there.
So we Raptored it, but I got a tintable Raptor.
And what colour is it again?
It's RAL 250-60-10.
And again?
RAL 250-60-10.
Nice. So the roof is the same colour as the van, but it's actually
colour.
Raptored, so you can spill things on it, branches can hit it, won't rip the paint off.
It's an adventure wagon, so when I'm out of the honeymoon stage, I don't mind scratching it that much.
You're at that already, aren't you?
No. Right, enough of the colour of the van because it's RAL 250-60-10. Follow us, because there's more over here. Hashtag, yeah. Right, Jeff's back end.
Look at the ass on that.
That's beautiful, isn't it? We got a ladder, bespokely built. We actually built the ladder on the back of the door, but off the van on its side.
Yeah, it doesn't get more bespoke than that. We literally made it on the back of the door.
Exactly, and we wanted to have the spare wheel in the back because what we've done underneath is removed the spare wheel and put in a 70-litre freshwater tank that basically feeds the sink in the front, feeds my shower, and feeds my pressure washer. When the bikes are dirty, I can pressure wash them before.
Plenty of H2O.
It's loads of H2O. The main attraction for the van on the outside, apart from the colour, RAL 250-60-10, is the roof rack. It's the roof rack, and that is this guy's brainchild.
Yeah, made the feet to mount the roof, and then made the roof rack fit the van.
We've got a 330-watt solar panel that is feeding 2 leisure batteries with inside the van, which we'll come to in a minute. The best thing about the van is the illuminations that this thing has. Take a look at this in the dark. I think I'm not going to be scared of the dark anymore. Moving on to the garage. Now this is my favourite bit. Open it up, look at it. Look at that. Hey, that's beautiful. So, big thanks. There's 3 British companies that are now really good friends of mine. The Ply guys, they were like, he messaged me and he was like, hey man, I want to build you the units for the sliders in the back of your van for your bikes. And I was like, really? How much are they? And he was like, no, I really appreciate what you've been doing, blah, blah, blah. Big fans of the channel, and we want to give you these. The Ply guys. Hamish is an incredible dude, and he came up with this, and he went beyond, really, by putting in 2 more cubby holes here, and I did want this. Came up.
It's nice, I like it.
Put the tools in.
Yeah.
I got my toe peak, I got park tools there. Loaded Bikes, they got hold of me on my social media and sent me a message saying, we've got the perfect product for your Ply guy drawers system to hold your bikes, and these are from Helen and Dom, 2 beautiful people that have given me basically all the things I need to load my bikes in the back of the van. Got a combi boiler, look at that, got that in there, so as soon as you flick a switch in the front to wash your dishes, it sends it to here, releases the pressure and basically starts the boiler, combi boiler, and then you've got hot water there. But I've also got an outlet right here, which basically is for my shower.
And this one is for pressure washer, so it sucks water straight out of the tank.
It is. It just basically, the Works power tool is the pump for that. So it pumps it out of the tank.
Yeah, so it sucks it up.
Sucks it up. Spray your bikes down.
And this is all sealed in here, so when this is running, you don't get any gases inside the van. So we've got 2 batteries in the back. One runs the inside of the van, one runs the back of the van, so they're separate. So if you do flatten this one, you can still live inside the van. We've also got a 240 volt inverter, which you can see there. Currently is 12 volts, but there's 240 volts down here. The top one is from the inverter, the bottom one is from the fly lead on the outside, so you can plug it into the mains. And then it will charge both the batteries from a charger, but it'll also charge when you drive down the road. So you can charge an e-bike as well. That's the main reason why we split them. So there's enough power coming from here to be able to charge an e-bike whilst you're driving down the road. And those batteries disconnect from the main van battery, so you can't flatten the battery on the van.
And I thought it would take 6 months to build.
I knew it would take longer because it was so bespoke. The whole van is completely bespoke. There's been no measurements done,
apart from
nothing
these
drawn
2
before.
things.
That's the only things we had to work to. Basically, was the size of the bikes as well was another thing we had to work to.
Yeah.
And the bed.
And the bed. We cut a window in on this side, and the other side is a opening sliding window.
Yeah.
And we've just been speaking now, and we were like, why didn't we should have had this as a sliding
Because the kitchen
window.
is behind here, which you'll see.
Yeah. The kitchen is behind you, so why wouldn't you have a sliding window
Worked
there?
out because I left Blake to order them.
I ordered them. Anyway, first things off, when you come into the van, we've got the floor that's super dirty, but it's getting used, this van.
But it is a heavy-duty,
Oh, yeah.
non-slip floor.
It is. Come to my crib. So everything that you see in this living room wouldn't be able to be possible without starting off in the garage, because that's where we had to start.
Yeah,
to
so
build
we had to work out what the limitations were. We're limited by the overall space, but ultimately we had to get a double bed in here, and we had to get the bikes in.
Yeah.
So we had to measure the back for the bikes. That
the
then
longest
meant
bike I could.
the longest one.
running. Yeah.
Then that meant how far forward the bulkhead went. Now the bulkhead is steel. The reason why it's steel is because it's ultra safe. So if Blake were to accidentally bump into something, then everything inside the garage will not come through that bulkhead. It's solid steel bulkhead frame, and that's why the seats are mounted to it as well. But then the angle of the seat
Yeah.
forms part of the back of the garage. That gives you the back of the seat already. But everything in here is completely bespoke, made to this van whilst we were making it, basically.
Exactly. Nothing was come from another van.
We didn't design anything, we didn't measure anything and check what would fit.
Another USB right here. In the whole van, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 USBs. Now, when it comes to the wiring in this,
Yeah.
there was a lot of wiring. Now, we're talking about the USBs because I've basically got a spreadsheet on my phone with every single color of what each accessory is. And each USB port in this van is individually fused.
So all the stuff for the inside of the van in here is fused on that side of the van behind the heater vent. So you take the air vent out and you can see all the fuses. The fridge is relayed, everything it needs draws more power is relayed. But also, which a lot of people fail to do, is everything is individually earthed. So each light inside the van, each switch, everything that's electric has got its own individual earth going straight to an earth bar down by the battery. And also it means if one light fails, it's just that one light that will fail. Everything else will stay working. And if it does all go, then you know it's the fuse. But it's future-proof, safety.
It is future-proof.
Everything about it. I mean, it's way over the top. It takes twice as long to do, but you're not taking half the van apart to try and fix it.
No. Big main switch panel is way up here. Now this blue light here, this took us ages to work out and fix, but this is the kitchen unit right here. We've got a 2-burner hob right here, and over here we've got the sink, which has got 3 dirty cups in it already. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We've had teas in here. So we've got a cold water tap. We've got the hot water tap, which is connected to the boiler in the back, a combi boiler. So you just flick that switch and it actually releases pressure in it and then it kicks in.
Yeah.
But then the bottom of the sink, this bit, actually turns into a cutting board. Or even better, is more workspace, which you can put that in there and you've got some more workspace if you need it. The bedroom, like I said, this is a Euro spec size double bed. Look at this, and you're sleeping widthways in the van, which is incredible. I didn't lose any more living space. And basically, if I had a bigger van, like a super jumbo long van, I probably would have slept like this and made the garage a little bit longer. But in here, we've got mood lighting. We've got blue lighting there and blue lighting under here. So there's 2 USB there and 2 on here. So I can charge phones or have an iPad or whatever. So this is an absolute find from our Scandinavian friends, IKEA. Look at that. So this under here are the just normal double bed slats. Yeah. This bit over here, which I'll come to in a minute, is the base to this second bed down there for my 2 little boys. And it's comfy, memory foam it is. Actually cost me an absolute fortune. It was like 300 and something quid for a mattress for a van. Right, down there. Storage, which is quite hard to do when it comes to a small space. You've got to utilize quite a lot of the space to make it roomy but have storage. So I've got 3 overhead storages over here. This one is for the kitchen. Those 2 over there will be for clothing. Then coming down over here, we've got this one here, which is again for the kitchen. And this one is for clothes, which is full of clothes. Look at that. Right, the lounging area. Now, as you can see, blue. This is denim. I actually made these. I watched an elderly lady on YouTube to show me how to make box cushions with zips, so I can take the covers off and wash them and put them back, because I've got 2 boys and they are going to be messy. This one actually is the cushion or the base for the bed that will come out here, which I'll show you in a little second. But behind this big cushion are these items. These are Isofix mounts, which are welded to the steel bulkhead that we've got here. There's like box section all in here, and we've welded these to it, so it's not going to move, and that's super safe. So my 2 kid seats just basically click in there and we can drive off. And with storage under there, we've got that big trunk. We've got storage under here with these 2 cubbies. This one gets used a hell of a lot because my gas is under here and my isolator switch is under there, and if anything else goes wrong I can get in there, as well as if something bigger goes wrong under there. These are 2 access panels, so I can take this one out here to look in to see if anything has gone wrong, but if something major has gone wrong, which I hope it doesn't, I can take this one off and this, and I can remove the fridge and whatever is in there. But then underneath here we've got other storage. This is the trunk where I keep my 25 meter hookup cable, which basically hooks into the side of the van. I've got the leg to the bed. So this is the leg for this bed, which I will show you right now. So I basically 4-way stretched the whole of the inside of the van with this black carpet and this stuff. I went through so many tins of spray and meters of this stuff, and it's not cheap. It complements the outside of the van with the inside, with all the black, and I've done it everywhere and I like it. The blinds in this are from, again, our Scandinavian friends from IKEA, but Mark, he came up with this brilliant idea of using trunking for cables, so
it doesn't move.
It doesn't move in there. It doesn't wobble or hit the window.
Otherwise it will flap in at the window.
Exactly. All right, we've done a lot of chatting. I reckon I'm going to make a sandwich. You want a sandwich?
Do it, I'm starving.
Sandwich. Up here is another little storage spot and above the driver's seat and passenger seat where Martin is. This here is basically just for dumping ground. Jackets, kids things, camera equipment mainly, because I've got 2 USB ports right here. Look at that, 2 USB ports right here. So I can charge my GoPros or cameras and all that rad jazz. And then down here where Martin is my Hoover, a Works Hoover that lives in the van. So I need to keep it clean and hoover up crumbs from the kids. And then you've got a 240 hookup double socket and a inverter double socket. So I can charge a laptop or my camera equipment will be charged in there. And then where Martin's feet is the diesel heater.
It's nice. That's why I'm sat here.
Yeah.
Because it's nice and warm.
Anyway, the temperature in here at the moment is 18 degrees and out there's
about 6. Yeah, it's lovely in here actually. I'm very nice and toasty where I am now.
But the best addition is the 2 seats, the swivel seats in the front that turn around, driver and passenger, with armrest.
We have updated the stereo though.
We have updated the stereo.
You now have a fancy double din stereo with Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, everything built in. What is really nice is I did this. Utilised this plastic panel. That USB wasn't actually there before. That is a cable that runs down to the back of the stereo. And I cut that out and glued it in there, so now it works like an Apple CarPlay system. That was nice, rather than having wires everywhere.
Would you look at this? The Fiamma F45S awning. I actually purchased this thing, and it was rather pricey, but it's worth it.
You can get a shower that fits on the inside and hangs.
Yeah.
And you have a little plate you stand on, and you can have a shower outside.
Now I do have lights in here, which is that one. Is the awning light. I'll show you that. There. So I've got one, but I need another one.
Yeah.
Because it leaves a big shadow over here where it casts off the corner there. So I've got another one of those lights. I'm gonna weld it underneath of that bit there. I might bring it out a bit so it's flush.
But the wiring's there pretty much.
The wiring's there, I'll just basically splice into that one and then it's the same loom.
You like splicing wiring?
I like splicing. I got taught by someone very special.
Didn't electrocute yourself, so that's good.
I did it, I did on the skylight, remember?
Oh yeah, you did, yeah.
Oh, you f***, that gave me a shock. Did you hear that? Ow! It's not even plugged.
Please tell me you got that.
You get got a shock, man. It was a static shock, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it nearly sent me off the roof.
And I nearly laughed off the roof. It was hilarious.
This is the penthouse suite. Now, I'm a big fan of the rooftop tent. Massive fan. Had one on Jeff, and I loved it. I spent the night in there in -6 degrees with my brother. Went on a 10-day holiday with our firstborn. 10 days we slept in a tent like this. But it was way more faffy to put up than this. This is next level. Next level easy. The only pulls you do is this. That's it. Voila. It's just too good. Imagine coming up here, watch the sun go down with a cup of tea or a nice ice cold beverage, then watch the sun come up. Well, actually, if I was parking south, you would get all of it. Just open these two windows. Oh yeah, there comes the sun. Oh yeah, there goes the sun. Right.
I can't thank Works Power Tools enough for their support throughout this build. Without these incredible cordless power tools, this build wouldn't be what it is today. I would also like to thank everyone that helped off camera, and not to forget you beautiful people who have been following my journey and with their helpful comments. It means a lot. Thank you.
Can't believe it, mate. It's complete.
Done.
It's finished.
It's finished, nearly.
A man full of knowledge. I highly recommend you follow him at Bare Metal Builds. He's got some incredible projects coming. He's fresh in the game on the tube, but follow him. He's cool. And on his social media, Instagram, Facebook, wherever.
Do it.
Because, hey, if you want a question answered, call him.
I'll try and answer it, whether it's right or not.
Yeah. But look at it. Look at it. Javan
Was born.
Resurrected from being a white van to that. Thank you very much for watching this incredible series. It's been a roller coaster of emotions and everything and learning curve, and I cannot believe I just built this with the help of Martin. But if you're fresh to the channel, this is the first video you've watched of this van, I've done a whole series. There's 8 more videos on finding the correct van to building to the end result of this. Now it's time to hit the road and go and do some adventures.
Let's go.
See you later. See ya. We've actually got to put it all back in.
Are we?
Can't drive off like this, can we?
No.
No.